John, the Audemars Piguet QEII Cup, obviously your entries trialled here this morning. Let's just run through what you thought of them. Firstly, Military Attacker, nice piece of work for him. He seems to come out of the last race very well.
Yes, Derek reported that he was really happy with the trial without over-stressing him at any time in the race, in the trial. Yeah, he trialled really well. He lost a shoe. I think off hind shoe, but otherwise no. I'm going into the QE with hoping that we can draw a good gate and he can be ridden in a similar fashion when Zach rode him, and if he can bring his best to the races that day, he's a live chance.
Talking about riding him, obviously you booked early and got to Tommy Berry on board.
Yes, that was the owners actually. I just received a telephone call when I was down in Australia for the sales and said, would you consider Tommy Berry? And I said to the owner, well, how do you know Tommy Berry? I didn't know you followed Australian racing, but I said, who am I to argue? If you want Tommy Berry, and I caught up with him at the sales, met him for the first time, had a chat, and said that you may be riding probably the third or the fourth favourite in the QE. Good ride. Hope he draws a gate. Great springboard. And better things in Hong Kong if you do win the race.
Talking of that, just recently, I mean, he's been able to be a lot more positive on him. He just seems a really rejuvenated horse these days, enjoying his racing.
It might be Zach Purton. Just that this horse is very comfortable underneath him, and he's able to ride him all different ways, because we're all of the opinion earlier on before Zach got on him that he had to be ridden quietly in and behind for that turn of foot. But Zach's proved to us that he can be ridden in the box seat. He can even lead and dictate on his own, and still has that same kick at the end. So yeah, he's proving pretty versatile type, and let's see what gate he draws, and then we can, the race pattern, the race riding pattern could be from back or from up front.
Talking to the others here, Arian didn't look that enthusiastic about getting out there for the trial this morning. Got a little bit warm.
He's always like that, in the marshalling yard here. He can be a real handful. As I said, we continue to have these issues with speedy cutting. I would prefer, if he didn't run well in this race, to have him back in Australia ready for the Melbourne Carnival, under John Hawkes' tutelage, because I believe getting him on the other leg would definitely benefit him. So let's see how he runs in the QE. His trial this morning, Deleuze reported that it was a very, very good trial, closed off nicely, but he's a day-to-day proposition, and he could put it in and pick up good place money, but I think his future really lies, that's with the owner's confirmation that he can go, would be back in Australia in Victoria on the other leg.
And Ashkear obviously ran in the Derby. He seems to come out well?
Yes, I think he's a gelding job myself. I don't think he's putting in 100%. I think at the end of the season, with the owner's approval, we'll geld him, and I think he'll be a lot better horse next season. But it was definitely a better trial today. But as I said, the best of Ashkear will come next season.